The law of attraction is huge on YouTube, and it's also huge in the self-help world, the personal development world, and even in the business world. Like, it's a really big concept that I feel like a lot of people believe in, a lot of people use, basically as a bit of a fast track to get what they want, to achieve their goals faster, to get what they want faster. But I think there's a missing link in the law of attraction and The Secret, that movie, that famous movie and documentary. I've actually been rereading the book, a version of it recently. And I feel like there's something that's really crucial, something that's missing in that. I also made a video about the law of attraction and a different video about how to manifest faster, and by using an example in a book that I read called Maximum Achievement by Brian Tracy. So I highly recommend that if you like things on the law of attraction, that you watch that video as well. So the law of attraction, or The Secret, the things that they say in that is all about, basically you have to think about what you want and not think about the things that you don't want, because you will attract basically what is going on in your head, what you're thinking about predominantly. Eventually something will manifest after doing that for a long time. Like, these things, the things that you're thinking about is going to show up at some point. In order to make the law of attraction work, according to The Secret, is we have to change our thoughts from the things that we don't want onto the things that we do want. But the question is how do we change those thoughts? How do we change those thoughts? Because basically, if you've been living in a certain way for a long time and you've got certain thought patterns that you've been having for ages, it's difficult to strip yourself away from that old conditioning. So I think I have a few tips, a few techniques on how we can actually do this, how we can actually change our thoughts, because it is a difficult thing to do, especially if you have been thinking in the same way for a long time. And anyone who's learned about the law of attraction, anyone who's watched The Secret knows this, right? Secretly, that, or not so secretly, that, when you think about old thoughts pop into your head and you kind of I don't want to think about that, I don't want to think about that, and you try to change it. But sometimes it can happen on autopilot and we can't really change these things very easily. So what I want to get into then is what I think is the missing link to these things, to be able to actually change our thoughts. So the first critical key in changing your thoughts is that you must have a burning desire, like an actual true strong desire to change your thoughts. And I personally don't think that most people do. I don't think that they actually have the real passion and enthusiasm to actually change their thoughts. And I think that thing is absolutely critical if you want to break free from those negative thought patterns. You have to find the passion inside of you. You have to find the burning desire inside of you to change those thoughts. You have to go all in. And I think that is the missing link to how you can actually change your thoughts. You must really want them to change. And sometimes I think there are a lot of people that don't. And I've definitely experienced this. Sometimes it's just so easy to just stay in your old way of thinking and not think, and not change your thoughts. And sometimes you can get really down on yourself and think well, I don't want to change my thoughts. Or it could be, I want to change my thoughts, but I don't want it today, or I don't want to do these kinds of things. In a way, you kind of come up with excuses to stay in your old way of thinking. I was positive for a few minutes this morning and now things are turning out bad, so I guess the law of attraction doesn't work and The Secret doesn't work, and I'm throwing all that out the window. But to break free from that, you really must need and muster up a desire, a really strong desire, to break free from those thoughts. And you can't be lazy with your thoughts and just allow yourself to run on autopilot. Another thing that I think is missing from the law of attraction that isn't, expressed enough is you must create an action plan for your goals, for the things that you're trying to manifest. You have to take action, because I think we all believe on some kind of subconscious level, and maybe it's not even on a subconscious level, perhaps it's on a level that you already know and are aware of. If we only think about what we want, nothing is going to happen. It may be true that you might be attracted to different books or different kinds of things. You might start seeing things that are related to your goals, but you have to take action. You actually have to do the things. You have to start. You have to take action. You have to do the work. And, the work doesn't have to be something bad. It doesn't have to be something something that feels really painful to do and difficult to do. You can find and do things in a way that you enjoy doing them. An example of this is, let's say you really want to lose weight, or you really want to get fit, or you want to gain weight. Find a way of doing that you enjoy. You don't have to do what everyone else is doing just because they're doing it, right? If you want to lose weight and everyone who you follow on social media goes running, but you hate running and you feel like you need to go running because that's what everyone else is doing, but you hate it, then that's not following the law of attraction. That's not focusing on what you do want. That's not making you feel good, right? Find a way that you do enjoy exercising and losing weight. Find the right diet for yourself, because there's some people out there that do keto and that really works for them. There's some people that do just simply low carb. There's some people out there that are on a vegan diet. There's some people out there that are on a complete opposite of that, and they're on a carnivore diet and that works for them. Find out what works for you and what you enjoy and incorporate it, so it doesn't feel so bad. Because if you're feeling bad, again, the law of attraction says what you think about, you bring about. And if you're thinking about bad things and you feel bad all the time, that's what's going to happen. So find ways to do things that you actually like, that you actually enjoy, that you personally find satisfying. Otherwise, the law of attraction is never going to work for you. Create an action plan, take action, but make sure that the actions that you are doing are something that you like, something that you can enjoy, something that makes it fun for you. That's a good question to ask yourself if there's something that you need to do, right? Ask yourself, how can I make this more enjoyable? How can I make this more fun for myself? How can I make this experience not as bad? What can I do to make it feel good? So one of the things that has really helped me understanding this kind of stuff, and it's only like something that I came across not that long ago, but instead of like BSing yourself in a way and fooling yourself, because I think that's sometimes what people do when they start getting into the law of attraction and The Secret and stuff. Like they think, oh, I'm just going to think about being a millionaire, right? But on a kind of like a weird level, we kind of know that's not going to happen, or we have lots of doubts about it when we're thinking those kinds of thoughts, because it seems like such a big thing. It doesn't mean that you can't have it, but usually if you have like a huge goal and it's not something that you've ever experienced, that you've never done before, then it does feel like really daunting. So it's really important then, instead of saying I'm going to be a millionaire and affirming those kinds of things and thinking like that, instead just say something like, wouldn't it be nice if I became a millionaire? Wouldn't it be nice if I became really wealthy? Wouldn't it be nice if I achieved all my goals? Wouldn't it be nice if I met my soulmate and someone I could spend my life with? Instead of saying I am this when your surroundings are telling you the exact opposite, say in a way that is kind of believable. That's kind of like the first step into actually feeling better about it. And just thinking like, wouldn't it be nice if that happened? And then you think about it, right? It's so much more calming. It's so much more reassuring. And also, it's believable. It's something that, it's something that you can imagine, something that you can visualize, because you're not BSing yourself and saying, I am this. Instead, you're thinking about it in that kind of way where you don't feel like you're fooling yourself. Because if you feel like you're fooling yourself, then you're going to feel uneasy. And if you're feeling uneasy and you're not feeling right, then the law of attraction is not going to work, because, you've got to focus on how you're feeling a lot when you're trying to manifest stuff, when you're trying to achieve your goals. So if you just do it in this more softer approach and you don't go all in like that, it's much more manageable. It's much more easier to actually think of those positive thoughts that the law of attraction works with. And some people out there might be watching this and thinking, well, yeah, I can say I'm a millionaire, completely 100% believe it. But I think most people out there that are trying to use these techniques don't actually believe what they are trying to affirm to themselves and visualize, right? So if just by saying, wouldn't it be nice if, and then ... whatever it is that you want, is a lot better. And I think these are the missing links to the law of attraction, to The Secret, so you can actually start making these kinds of things work for you instead of against you and feeling like you're a fraud and feeling like you're BSing yourself. So I hope this video has helped you, and thank you so much for watching, and I hope to talk to you again very soon. Goodbye.